It's great to see you all. Wow, fantastic. And Stephanie, there you are. Hello, how are
Hi.
you?
Yeah, good. Fascinating present.
Oh, fascinating. Geez, we've got the band back together. So it's like extraordinary in terms of we've got the oldest, largest startup in the world, and then we've got RedGrid, and then we've got Stephanie bringing together all the elements of this emerging blue economy and so on. Like already, I can see so many synergies, even between just the three of you. It's just crazy. But let's start off, and I just want to ask the question that I think is important, and we talked about this earlier, and when I opened up this session, it's all about us humans wanting to connect, and we need to solve all these complex challenges, right? And we need to think in systems and think about the connections. So tell me about, I'm going to ask each of you if you can tell me about what collaborations each of you need that will help you accelerate your goals in each of your respective industries. So maybe we'll kick off with Stephanie, and then Jan, and then Marco. And just be conscious that we're under time constraint. We're going to have a few, so maybe 1 or 2 sentences each.
Okay, I can make it quick. And I will start out by saying that there's no single thing that will enable us to move forward, but actually there is a core, I would say, just like the screen, there's a collection of, it takes a village, basically. It takes a lot of different interests. So 4 things. We need the technology developers working with us in terms of who they want to, what markets what customers they're trying to reach. We need early adopter markets. We need the end users to want to try ocean energy, to start talking to us, let us know what their requirements are. The third part is we need those experienced offshore project developers. So people that are already working like in the offshore wind space or oil and gas development, who really have that deep experience and be able to bring that to partner with us to help us pursue this blue economy market segment. And then finally, we need all of you. The ocean energy is done in communities, and it really, the bottom line is about the communities and people embracing transition, embracing change, and wanting these new technologies. So we need that support.
Fantastic. Jan?
To keep it simple and keep it short, 2 things. Awareness and policies and frameworks are needed for the chemical industry to really put its best foot forward.
Okay, and we'll explore that a little bit further in a few moments. Marco?
Sure, Lorraine. So look, I think this is a great question because, as you pointed out, I think the fundamental component for us to be able to change the status quo and to really transition, it is about finding the right partners. And the right partners are companies that share underlying values and beliefs about what the future should look like. And look, for us, we've been working very closely with property developers that have got a sustainability agenda. But the sustainability really is a core component of why they do what they do. But I think, like Stephanie said, right, to be completely honest, I don't even have to look any further than to the people on this panel. Stephanie and Jan have got 2 amazing companies that, even though they're not property developers, they can still help us to transition towards this cleaner and more sustainable future. Because at the end of the day, it is, like Stephanie said, it is about creating an environment where there is just this cross-pollination of ideas, and that ultimately leads, somewhere where people are driven by that common passion of really striving for a better future.
Brilliant. And you mentioned there, shared values. What else are key ingredients for successful partnerships? Given the experience, maybe I'll hand that one over to Jan. Because Jan, given that you work across so many different sectors and you partner with so many different partners, what are the other key ingredients?
Look, there's the. I think the challenge we often face is that people look to a company like BASF and think we know everything. Of course, we don't. People think we have a silver bullet solution, and of course we don't. It's a lot of moving parts because new ideas and technologies emerge, and new people join the conversation. New ideas come from that. So it's like open heart surgery while you're running a marathon. You have to be able to sustain the conversations and bring all this new stuff on board all the time while you're already doing the good things, while you're already finding transitionary technologies that help get a bit closer to the vision that we're pursuing. And it means it's messy and it's not pure. Yeah, we had a lot of people that say, but I want this now. And he said, but you can't have it. You're not ready. Something's not ready, So
Yeah.
It's this ability to, or this acceptance that this is the world we live in, and we're trying to make the best of it.
Yeah, I love that. And it's about working together and taking that step forward together and testing and trialing and using that startup mentality of experimenting as well to try new things. Stephanie, can you talk to me about the constraints and challenges? Because you raised a lot. There's a lot of confusion here on the call that people are going, wow, what an immense opportunity we have in terms of ocean energy. But why isn't it happening? What are, really what's going on there? And I think for each of you as well, in terms of what are the constraints that are holding you back, or the barriers right now that are holding you back?
I had to think about that question because, the day-to-day work, it feels sometimes like you're pushing a boulder up a mountain. And I wanted to really think about what the core root cause, what the root issue is. And I guess it all comes down to, for us, what the barrier is, we need to overcome is we need to scale. We need to get beyond just wave and tidal, which are relatively, in the scheme of things, small. And we need to scale to be sitting in partnership or connecting the dots with the big players like the big offshore wind developers, the oil and gas companies that are transitioning. And we need to be able to sit as equals working to create a comprehensive offshore renewables program. So looking at the big picture, so we're really benefiting from the environmental and economic and policy. We can have that kind of impact. We can't do it the way we are right. I mean, we're doing a little bit. I'm really proud of the progress our team has made and our organization. But to really have impact, we're going to have to scale, and we need the right team of people to do it.
Yeah, and as Jan said there earlier, again, it's around the awareness, isn't it? And the right policy settings, which enable that confidence to happen in the market. And I know that this is something that RedGrid also are in that area. Talk to me, Marco, what are the constraints and barriers, do you believe, for RedGrid?
Look, I see a lot of similarities with what Stephanie mentioned. I think the lack of awareness and accessibility in this space. I think it is what it's making this transition harder for us. But I think, again, tying back to what the speaker said, I think that the clear path is to find great collaborations and to find great collaborations like Stephanie's companies where we can enable audiences to share different ideas with one another, and ultimately create a collaboration that is in nature really good for the benefit of the planet, and also of course of the benefits of those involved. And ultimately this is why we do what we do at RedGrid. We think that the first step into this transition, it really is about educating the customer. It is about giving them the right information that they can then take and then make the right choices for them and the planet. But the same thing goes for a partnership. A partnership really works well when people are motivated by the same thing, when people show up to the table with an open mindset, right? Not like, because Jan mentioned before, people think of BASF as this company that knows it all, But imagine, you know, if you sit down on the table and companies come in with an open mindset, with a desire to learn about you and your company, and knowing that you don't know everything, but that's okay. And I think it really is about finding those partners that are with you for the long haul.
Yeah, fantastic. Listen, I've got great news for you. I'm excited to say I have a magic wand. I wish I actually had a magic wand, a prop. But just imagine this is a magic wand, right? And I am going to give each and every one of you one wish. Now, I know when I talk to each of you, I give you an inch and you take a mile. No, one wish is one wish. So use it wisely. It can be as small or as big as you like, right? This is now about the art of the possible, because I do believe in magic. I do believe that everything is possible, particularly if you know what you want. So what is that one wish that will move the dial, either what you're doing in your company or in your organizations, or for the world, to get us to net zero 2030? Who wants to start off?
I can do it. I'm excited for the wand, and I want the wand to go somewhere else.
Okay, Marco.
I got it.
Marco, you got it.
I think my wish goes back to the reason why I'm here, you know, and think back about the photo that I started with. You know, I want kids in the future, adults, I want everyone to be able to do, you know, what I did 13 years ago, to be amazed by things like glacier and the nature that surrounds us, that we so often take for granted. And so I think my clear wish here is that we act, and we act now, because as you said, there's amazing companies out there that are doing these things already. It's just about, let's just do it. Let's just act now.
Brilliant, brilliant. And, you know, with that one wish, RedGrid is in a good position to help people to act. Marco?
We are.
And to that end, if people do want to join in, they can do that. Jan, tell me, come on, you tell me what your one wish is.
I tell you something. I'm sure that most of us here have watched Star Wars. You know that scene where Princess Amidala goes in to address the Galactic Senate, and she has one wish: come help and protect my people and my planet. And what happens next? The Senate is, yeah, but this and that, and hang on a minute, and why should we? And I'm not invested, and la la la. My wand would make all this discussion go away, because she had a simple, honest, good question to ask. Can you come do the right thing by my people, by my planet? Help me out. I want all this discussion to go away with the naysayers and the gatekeepers that just hold so much progress back.
Oh, I love that. Granted, for
Thank
sure. Oh, amazing, love that. Stephanie, okay, over to you, Stephanie, rounding this one out.
That's a really hard act to follow. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I could say Jacques Cousteau, maybe. You know. Look, if I had a magic wand, I'm going to talk a little bit selfishly. I think if my one wish would be that we find that magic special partner that takes us to that next place, so that we can have impact, because I see the potential for Australia and the world. I mean, if we do it right in Australia, it will be a model for other countries and other places that are interested in ocean energy. So really want to be able to find that right visionary and that right partner that can elevate us to take us to that new offshore renewables place.
Wow, that is fantastic. So listen, thank you all for sharing, for being so candid and so open, and also just, you know, exploring with us and sharing with us the art of the possible. And I really, truly believe with the energy and the connections, the diversity and the people here who have actually showed up. So they want to create this future. We all do. So as Jan said, let's forget about everything else. Let's just get on with it, you know? So yes, to that end, we're going to go to a breakout session where everyone can discuss what their one wish is.